probably the most wishy-washy answer you're going to get. It depends, right? So our criteria at Victory Motion, we look at the MRI. We don't traditionally do that with reconstruction, frankly, but we look at the MRI. We want to make sure that it looks like an ACL, that it looks strong, right? We look at our clinical exam. Dr. Pedropelli or the rest of the team here on the ortho/regenerative medicine side will do a full exam. And we look at swelling, we look at quad circumference, we look at like their lockment or their ability to kind of resist that tibia from being pulled forward, as well as on the V-fitness side, we look at overall quad strength, ability to exert force, hop testing, step down, single leg squats, functional type tests, and then sport specific type tests. So you have to check the box from the simple jumping, hopping tests compared to the non-operative leg to move into the more sport specific phase. And depending on the sport, that might be a few weeks to a few months. But you have to look like an athlete and you have to think like an athlete. One of the most common things I don't think is touched on in healthcare, especially with these individuals, is the mental hurdle that they go through. And there's sequences of events over the entirety of their rehab process where there's mental hurdles that they're probably not talking to a whole lot of people about. But when they get back on the field, right? Say you're a 14-year-old female who played soccer, you ruptured your ACL, and now at 9 months, you went through this whole process to get back on the field, and then the day comes. Any human being, I don't care who you are, consciously or subconsciously, is going to have a bit of fear. But they have to feel confident enough to be on the field too. And you do that by instilling confidence, educating, but also having the rehab look like their sport. So it's not completely foreign when they step on the field. So we do a cluster of tests, but one of the most important things, and a very important thing, is you literally just look at someone. There's functional tests, you can do all this. You look at someone and say, if I let you go back today, would you feel confident that you would be 100%, you wouldn't think about your knee? If there's hesitancy, there's thought, there should be hesitancy or thought, keep them out a little bit longer, frankly, in my opinion.
Yeah. Easy test, right? The physical and the mental are they have to kind of be rehabilitated together sometimes, right?
100%. Generally speaking, 9 to 12 months, depending on the sport, depending on the individual, but it is time and criteria, and then there is a sequence of events to get to that point of returning to sport. But on average, I don't think we've had any that have taken really longer than 12 months, but we've maybe let one person, two people go back before the 9 months just because we're thinking about the individual for 10, 15 years from now and not having to have them come in for needing a quote unquote knee replacement or regenerative procedures to prevent a knee replacement, right? So we're going to be in what's the best interest of the longevity of the human being versus the short-term benefit of the individual.